I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas.
Just
I'm
win,
a
baby.
player, a boss player. And if you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Cause I'm a player, boss player. And if you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters. I'm a Raider.
Welcome back to the Real Raiders podcast. It's your boy Mariano, and I'm here with
Victor Freeze.
Victor Freeze. We are back again. And before we kick this off, man, my heart is hurting, which I'm sure a lot of you Raider fans are feeling the same exact way. I know me and Vic were just crying a little bit. I got a Kleenex box right next to our left, so right now is a very rough time. But hopefully we can give you guys some Raider content that you guys can love and enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. You know how we do, hopefully.
We've been saying we're going to do this, and right now is the time. We're going to drop the number right here. We have a call-in number. We've been forgetting to do it. Well, I've been forgetting to do it in the episodes and drop it at the beginning. So before this episode starts, if you have anything to do with Raiders or you want to just comment on our podcast, whatever, hit this number up right here. You can be a part of the show. We're going to add you into the show. Everyone that supports this channel, we want them to be a part of the channel too. So make sure right down here, you could call or text, and it'll be featured on the show.
Yeah, it'll
and
be
you're
like,
part of our show.
It'll be like down here. Like, you can't see it right now. Well, yeah, anyways.
But Mariano, hit him with what we're talking about today, man.
Yeah, so we got 3 different segments for you guys. Of course, we're going to do the news and notes of the week like we always do. And we got some bombshells, obviously.
The elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room. The second segment is going to be the post game of the Bears. Just our thoughts of the Bear game and what we saw from the offense, the defense, and just our overall thoughts of the game. And then we're going to put a bow on it with a preview of the Broncos game. What the Raiders need to do to get the dub, right? The keys to the victory. So that's how we're going to rock today, man. So, Vic, go ahead and hit them with the biggest news of the week.
All right. So, as we all know by now, today's Wednesday, right? Mm-hmm. So, the news came out on Jon Gruden. His emails leaked. There's a, misogynistic, homophobic, racist comments and consecutive emails. He's been exchanging nude pictures with other NFL staff. This has all been put to light, right? And it's, we can't condone what Gruden has done, right? Well, obviously, those things are unacceptable, especially in this day and age, and the progression that as a society we have made. And especially in the position that he's in, to be such a important figure on a team, it's just something you can't excuse, But the one part about it is the investigation was on the Washington football team. It wasn't on the Las Vegas Raiders, and the fucking Raiders are getting the short end of the stick. And it's none of the other emails. We've seen what was it, Mariano? None of the other emails are going to be shared, right? Is what it was said.
The NFL doesn't plan on releasing any additional emails or information about the Washington football team. And I don't understand this, right?
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense. So you go in looking for something incriminating on the behalf of a certain person or entity, right? And then you come away with saying, well, this person murdered this person. In court, that wouldn't even stand up, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, I have conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
that's just me.
It looks like personally someone wanted Gruden out.
And at the end of the day, I don't want to offend anybody, obviously, right? And what Gruden said, it's obviously his fuck up, his mess up.
Yeah.
So ultimately, at the end of the day, what Gruden said was wrong. He should have never said it. And who the fuck puts it in an email?
Yeah.
Right?
Honestly, let's be honest here. Being around football, anyone that's been around football or a football team knows that someone is going to say some of this shit. I'm not saying it's condonable or nothing. Right. You just know how some of these, people talk amongst organizations, right? Yeah. Not saying that everyone that fucking is a part of football acts like this. No, that's not, there's some amazing people, it helps people grow. It teaches people values in life. I know I took away a lot from football. Mario's been playing longer than I have.
Yeah.
He's an excellent man right here. But, I'm saying, What my point was in that is that if you look at a lot of these other head coaches or owners, they're going to have a lot of the same shit in their fucking emails.
Oh, 100%, right? I mean, just like Derek Carr said today, he had his first news press conference since the Jon Gruden resigned, right? And he basically said, like, you know, if you were to, you know, tell people half the emails that you sent or text messages that you sent, you'd pucker up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've all said something that we're not happy about, we're not proud of, and at the end of the day, I understand that Jon Gruden is going to be made the example, right?
Correct.
Just because he put himself in this position, ultimately. But the fact that nothing came about from the Washington football team is very, very bizarre.
And also that the case was supposed to be closed on the whole investigation of the Washington football team, and all of a sudden in week 5 or we're in 6 now, right?
Yeah, week 6.
It's coming to light, and it's only affecting us. You get what I'm saying? And then another fucking thing is he was an employee of ESPN. He wasn't part of the Raiders at that time that those emails were sent.
Yeah.
So it's like...
So, I got 2 conspiracy theories, Vic.
Give us the Illuminati theories.
Spooky October. Yeah, exactly. And the first one for me is, I think that Roger Goodell leaked the rest of the emails to the New York Times, right? Because if you follow the timeline of events, on Friday, the first email was revealed when he was talking about DeMaurice Smith, right? About the Michelin lips or whatever he quoted. Again, I'm paraphrasing. Then Monday comes, and the New York Times released basically this whirlwind of knowledge, right? Of homosexuality or being homo or what's the word I'm looking for, Vic?
It's derogatory terms against homosexuals. Homosexuals,
right? Yeah. So,
I think the better word would be against the gay community. That feels like a better way to phrase it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for being my dictionary this episode.
Gotcha.
So basically, with the timeline of events, who leaked this information to the New York Times?
Correct.
Right? Who has motive? I mean, we seen that Jon Gruden was talking shit about Roger Goodell, right?
Yeah.
So that's my first thing, is that I think Roger Goodell had a hand in doing this.
I think I like the next theory that you got is the one that clicks more with me.
Yeah, for sure. So that leads us to our second one, right? Our second one is that the NFL is trying to protect one of its own and one of its owners.
Exactly.
Right? The NFL is owned by the owners collectively, right? They're collectively owners of the NFL. They all share a portion.
Yeah, they don't want Dan Snyder out, and they want to keep their guy, and they want to steer the heat to Jon Gruden and put all the attention over there. And nothing was on Dan Snyder's end, but fucking Gruden is the devil walking right now. Yeah,
exactly. So that's my conspiracy. I think that's... And it could be a coalition of both, right? Yeah. It could be that Roger Goodell seen what Jon Gruden had called him, the anti-football whatever, right?
Yeah.
And also at the same time, he's trying to protect one of his owners, which is Dan Snyder, which is some BS to me.
Yeah.
But in any case, we have to move forward, right? I mean, this obviously hurts everyone that's involved. We were talking before the show, and we're lifelong Raider fans, right?
Yeah, and it's like since the Super Bowl, since Gruden has left us, it's been the lore of Chucky. We've always wanted Chucky to come back and coach us. He was the analyst for ESPN and stuff. And every year, we need Chucky, we need Chucky, we need Chucky. And we finally get Chucky, and it's like this shit happens. And it feels like as a Raider fan, we can't catch a break. Khalil Mack, Antonio Brown, Chucky, our whole offensive line getting traded. It just seems like back to back to back is like, fuck, dude. As a franchise, it's been a rough 4 or 5 years. I'm not gonna lie.
It's funny. I was at my dad's house for Monday Night Football. Right? Isn't it ironic? Before I dive into, isn't it ironic that Jon Gruden got fired or resigned, quote unquote, on Monday Night Football.
No, because he hosted Monday Night Football,
Yeah,
right?
because he hosted Monday Night Football for years,
Yeah.
right? Another thing too, another conspiracy theory, is the NFL has it out for the Raiders. It's obvious, right?
Yeah.
The news on Friday, right, that came out. You know what date that was, right?
No, what was it?
That was the death anniversary of Al Davis.
Oh, okay.
10 years. 10 years he was dead on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all too suspicious, man. Too many things are lining up.
Yeah.
But anyways, like I was saying, I was watching the game in my father's house on Monday night, and the news popped up. I'm like, Pops, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's
right?
just out of nowhere in the middle of the season. It's just so crazy, bro.
Yeah. So I asked him, like, man, why'd you get me into this? You know? I mean, I was born in 93. So their heyday was when I was about 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
Right? That was when... That's what made me a Raider fan, is this man in the middle.
Yeah,
right?
Rich Gannon there.
Rich Gannon. So yeah, I'm just like, man, I've endured this my whole childhood and my whole adult life practically, because ever since like 9 or 10 years old, Raiders have been terrible.
For sure.
Except for 1 year. For 1 year. And I got no choice. I got a whole half sleeve full of Raiders. Just all Raider stuff.
Yeah.
One Nation at the top. Like, there's no turning back now. I'm a diehard fan either way. Blood in, blood out. I'm here till we gone, Vic.
That's facts.
So what are we gonna do moving forward, man?
So we have Rich. How do you
Bisaccia.
Bisaccia.
Yeah.
Hey, he corrected someone earlier on the. I seen the.
Did he?
What is it called? He went to the podium, addressed the media. What is it called? It has a fucking name. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Presser.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Presser.
Exactly. And then the media guy said his name wrong. He corrected him.
Good for him.
But you know, a lot of special teams coaches have become head coaches in the past, right?
John Harbaugh.
John, that was the number one name I was gonna put right there. Mm-hmm. And you know, I thought it was gonna be Gus Bradley or Rod Marinelli. Even Tom Cable was a little, you know, could have been one. This one caught me by surprise personally. I was just as soon as I saw the news on Gruden, I was like, all right, who's up next? It was like Gus, then Rod, and then, you know, Tom, since he's been our coach before, right? Mm-hmm. And then but Mike Mayock made a point that our special teams coach interacts with everyone in the facility. He taps in with the offense, defense, special teams, everyone, right? So everyone has a huge amount of respect for this guy.
Yeah.
And he's been on many different coaching staffs throughout the year. And Mike Mayock said he even tried to vouch for him as a head coach for college and for other NFL teams. Mm-hmm. So if Mike Mayock believes in his talent, I think we're in good hands. And especially, I told Mariano, the staff that we have on this team definitely makes me feel better.
There's 4 or 5 former head coaches.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah, I agree with Vic 100%. We'll see. Only time will tell.
One thing I am looking forward to is the play calling. Mm-hmm. And we know Greg Olson is taking over the play calling. Gruden had some questionable games, a.k.a. the last 2 games we played. Mm-hmm. And that play calling was pissing me the fuck off, these last 2 games that Gruden play calling.
Yep.
Greg Olson has made Bortles look good, right, with his play calling. So he can make Bortles look good. Derek Carr, way up there, way better.
Boy, I don't even think he's in the league. Is he in the league anymore?
I think he's like a backup quarterback now.
Yeah, maybe.
But I want to see what Olsen brings to the table. Hopefully they don't go crazy, change hella stuff up, keep the same offense. Obviously, Gus will still have his same defense. I want them to continue the Gruden offense, just have basically Olsen calling the plays, right?
Yeah. So Olsen, I mean, Derek Carr was talking about how he's familiar with Olsen calling the plays. I mean, he was his offensive coordinator his rookie year.
Under Dennis Allen, yeah.
Under Dennis Allen. So the good thing is that there's a familiarity between the two of them already, right? Which is a huge, I think, benefit. The only issue, it's not so much the X's and O's that I'm worried about. It's just where are they emotionally?
Yeah.
Right? Together or not together as a team? We don't really know. All these things, it's going to take time to tell.
Yeah, I was telling Mariano, this moment right here either punches you in the mouth, season done, or you use it as motivation and finish out, you know, the 3-0 start that you had and continue to take that momentum, use this, bond together, use this moment to bond together and take it into the playoffs, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm optimistic, but as soon as this news dropped, I instantly looked to my dad and I told him, look, I think our season's done.
Yeah, no, that definitely, like,
that's what it's looking at for the,
either way, you know.
Yeah, and the fact that we started out 3-0, beating 3 teams that had all won 10 games last year, I feel like it was all headed in the right direction. But at the same time, the past 2 games, our defense has not been the problem. It's been the offense, like you were kind of touching on.
Now it's like flipped from what it was last year.
yeah, exactly. So we couldn't get anything going on offense. So maybe this is a good thing moving forward. We'll see. So overall, Vic, Olsen calling plays, is that for better or for worse?
I think it'll get us out of the stale Gruden play calling, and I think, you know, they open it up a little bit more, not 3 straight fucking runs, not no run, pass, run bullshit that Gruden does. I think Olsen gets a little creative with Derek Carr. I feel like it opens up more, and I feel like he'll understand that we might have to pass more considering our offensive line situation. So we might be a pass-heavy team. I mean, we're already fucking ranked 31 in run blocking, so
yeah,
that's that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty apparent that we can't run the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, have we seen any sweeps?
No, we have not.
Have we seen any outside zones? I mean, I've only seen power running.
Kenny and Drake try to run it, but he fucking...
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, we'll see. There's no real creativeness there hasn't been a real creativeness to the offense at all. So we'll see. Maybe they get some things going, man. And maybe they use the pass to open up the run.
Exactly.
Right? You start getting these DNs that fly upfield because they think they're throwing every game, and you run the zone.
You get less stacked boxes, too.
You get less stacked boxes. You get 2 high safeties, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see moving forward. This week will be a very interesting week, to say the least. And it's away in September, you know. So we're kind of previewing the game. But let's go on to segment number 2. Post-game for the Bears.
Man, honestly, this is like the way that we've played this season. This was like one of the most frustrating games to watch, bro. Like the Chargers game was frustrating, but there was still hope. But like from the jump of this game, bro, it was just like what are we doing out there? Like it looked like a completely different team that played the Ravens, completely different team that played the Steelers and the Dolphins, and it's primarily there's no way around it. It's the offensive line's fault. And Derek Carr missed some throws and shit, but it's because he's on a different timetable because of the fuck ups of the offensive line.
Right.
That's what it is, man. And it's like, it's just frustrating to watch because that's not fucking effort. That's not football, bro. Like, there was one play where 4 fucking linemen didn't block nobody. Literally blocked nobody. Colton Miller was the only one that blocked someone. Like, bruh, what are you doing during the week where you don't fucking pick up your read and who to block and shit, bro? Like, it's your job, bro. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
And it's just so frustrating seeing shit like that, bro. Like, that's not how you guys played the first 3 weeks, obviously. And even coming out of the second half of the Chargers game, you guys obviously picked it up, right? And then we still, even how bad we played, we still had an opportunity in this game, right?
Right.
So that's the good thing. But it's just, from the jump, the way that we came out and everything, it just felt, I knew in my heart that we were going to lose that game. Yeah. Once the game started, it was like, it was
literally downhill from the jump.
Yeah.
I mean, we still, 5 weeks into the year, we haven't seen the Raiders score on their opening drive. Maybe that changes this week. Good news is that I think that the defense came out and played well.
Yeah.
Very, very well.
That's the only reason we were in the game for so long.
Yeah, exactly. Against the rookie quarterback, they should play well. He only threw for 100 yards, 100-plus yards. I think it was like 111 or 110
that
he threw for in that last game. So the
They
defense,
were crucial. They did give up some crucial third downs though against the rookie quarterback though.
right,
Yeah.
which is expected, man. I mean, Justin Fields was a first-round draft pick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you should make some plays.
Yeah.
But to give up 100 yards in the passing game, and then I think we gave up 150 something on the ground.
Crazy.
That's not a bad day for the defense. 250 yards in this NFL,
Yeah.
right? It's the offense, the offensive line, like Vic was talking about. We knew that this was gonna happen, right? I mean, we all have faith in Tom Cable, but when you don't have talent in this league, this is what it gets you, right? They went cheap, and this is what cheap money gets you.
And I think that at this point, if you got to salvage the season, you got to start signing some guys. To be honest.
Yeah, the Raiders are kind of hoping that the offensive line gels. We've heard that from them multiple times. We just got to we've heard it from Josh Jacobs. Like, we just got to give it time to gel.
Yeah.
How long do we wait for them to gel before we start signing people?
It's been 5 weeks and you're missing nobody blocking, four linemen, nobody blocking. That ain't looking like no gelling.
I mean, they were blocking the first 3 weeks. You know? They were blocking the first 3 weeks. We played some good defenses, but at the same time, when we played the Steelers, TJ Watt got hurt.
That's
and
true.
He was tearing us up.
And also the
beginning
pass
of the
rush
game.
of the Ravens, we know they lost pieces too, and it's not the same pass rush.
Yeah, no Matthew Judon. All right, Judon is a beast, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Beast. So we'll see. If we can get our offense rocking and rolling in the first quarter, I think this defense can hold the lead.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at as far as where we are as a team.
That's facts.
No changes have been made on defense, right?
Yeah.
We still got Gus Bradley. We still got all the same players.
We even see with Amik Robertson plugged in, it's, keeps it going.
Yeah.
Next man up, and the defense isn't missing a beat.
He's playing well at outside corner,
Yeah.
man. For how undersized he is, he's playing well. He gets his head around very well.
Playing better than Arnett.
Yeah, way better than Arnett. When they try to throw those 9 routes on him, the fade routes,
Yeah.
he's getting his head around before the receiver sometimes.
Yeah.
So I think that him playing outside was the best move that the Raiders made. And they just have to continue to move forward on defense. They're doing great things, right? This is all that we had wanted and asked for all off season. And unfortunately, the offense hasn't been showing up. So we'll see.
Speaking about the offense showing up, will they show up next week against the Broncos, Mariano? Let's kick it on to the next segment.
I think so. Yeah, I say yes. And the biggest reason.
Hold on, my bad.
Go ahead.
So, do you think the performance? Let's end this last one. Do you think the performance against the Bears was reflective of what came out on Coach Gruden? Do you think the team already knew that it was coming to an end, or do you think it had anything to do with it?
I don't think that they knew. I don't think anyone knew that it was going to come to an end. Maybe other than Mark Davis.
Okay.
Maybe.
Because they already had all the emails by Friday, correct?
That's what I read.
Organization?
Yeah, that the organization did.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it absolutely had an impact on Sunday's game.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You gonna tell me I just found out some shit about you, right? You find out that I learned it about you, and now I gotta go play a game?
Yeah.
Like, bro, this is a mental game as much as it is a physical game.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean? So when you have anything that it's hard to, like, let's say you having trouble at home and then you got to go to work. What happens at work? Your work starts to fall off because you're tripping off of what you got going on at home or off the field. Right? It's the same. These guys are fucking human, man.
Yeah.
And like I was telling Vic, I felt broken that Jon Gruden is no longer the coach of the Raiders, right?
It's felt like when Hudson's no longer our center.
And I'm hundreds of miles away, right? They're like up front and personal. They don't hear your coach. Can you imagine losing Coach T?
Oh, no, yeah.
Bro, it'd be...
I'd be like, damn.
You're so used to him yelling or saying whatever, his little jokes, his little antics. I mean, all that
Especially
is gone.
all off season.
It's like a breakup, man.
Yeah.
It's like a breakup. It's like you break
That's
up with
facts.
your lady or something. Like,
Yeah, damn. Well, now that you put it with Coach T, if you in the middle of the season, bro,
in the middle of the
that'd be crazy.
season, yeah.
That Coach T is our high school coach, but just
you'd be pissed off. You'd be upset. You'd be angry.
No, for sure.
I'd feel like it wasn't fair. And the biggest thing that we can hope for is that they can channel this into something positive, right? Is that they can hope to move this forward and say, look, we have a great opportunity. We're 3-2 right now. Mm-hmm. Let's go whoop these other NFL teams and players' asses, and let's get some wins and show them. And you know what? They're probably saying we're gonna do it for Jon Gruden right now.
Yeah, for sure. Like Trayvon Mullen did.
Yep, Trayvon Mullen said it right off the back. I reposted it to my story, and then he changed the caption at the bottom.
And I mean, it's known. Like a lot of the team love Gruden. Like a lot of players came there to be coached by Gruden and be on his team. So it's and people do fuck up, but you got to pay for your fuck ups too. Mm-hmm. And that it is what it is. But moving on to the Broncos game, Mariano. Mm-hmm. Let's preview this thing right here.
Yeah. So I said we was gonna give you the keys to the game, right? I think the biggest key to the game is that Derek Carr gets back over 300 yards this week. Mm-hmm. I need at least 300, DC, and I need 3 touchdowns too. You put up 3 touchdowns on this team, this defense, I think our defense can stop the Broncos offense, right? I'm not necessarily so enticed with trying to get the running game started right now because that's just not our game this year. Mm-hmm. That was our game when the strength of our line was run blocking and we had a lot of heads up front that had the experience moving forward. But I think the biggest key is Derek Carr has to ball out this week, right? Let's show us, man. Show me what you got, right? Show me that you're not just what all Gruden had in store for you.
Yeah.
Show me more.
I think Greg Olsen, to make his job easier, start up and don't even try to get the run game going. A lot of quick passes, get it out of Derek Carr's hands. We know we've been dealing with the offensive line, and we can't have a lot of those fucking, you can't wait. You can't have Derek Carr holding the ball. We need to get it out. We need to get 4 or 3 yards, get the ball moving downfield. Because like we said, we had a lot of slow starts. We can't continue that shit anymore.
I agree.
Even teams like the fucking the Chiefs, don't have an O-line, but they still get the ball rolling. It's like you got to find ways to, obviously, your run game isn't working, you adapt. That's what this league is about. You adapt and deal with what you have, and that's how the best teams get to the Super Bowl. Tampa Bay has no corners. They're still 4-1, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had no corners.
They got the GOAT, bro. That's not fair. He's like the greatest equalizer ever.
It just shows you how great teams, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I agree. 100%. I mean, this is a team sport at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But can we get Darren Waller some more targets?
That's true. First, it was too many targets.
Yeah.
And now it's like not enough. But with the targets he did have last game, he was, questionable with what was going on. But
yeah,
I think we need to just get him going early. Not too early. We don't want 20 targets. I think maybe like 10 targets for Waller.
Yeah.
10, 12 targets is cool, but we don't want 20 targets a game like we had week 1.
Bro, he's our best player.
Yeah.
If we get him 20 targets a game, I'm okay with that. I am. I mean, you're supposed to put the ball in your best player's hands as much as you can.
For sure.
At the same time, it was just an off game for everyone. Mm-hmm. Last game with the Bears.
That's true.
We had, one of the passes went right through his hands.
Yeah.
Right through Darren Waller's hands. That never happens.
Never.
Never happens.
Never seen that now, for sure.
That never happens.
That's some Willie Snead shit.
Brian Edwards has probably the strongest hands on a team. Hit him right in the chest. Right in the chest. But did you see the angle, though? See, I played receiver, so I understand. He was in that mesh point where it's too low or it's too high to go fingertips or pinkies, and then it's too Yeah, it's too low to basically catch it with a diamond.
Oh, so
he
it's like
caught it like this.
This is new things to me. This is receiver things. Okay.
This is receiver.
I'm a lineman.
Yeah.
Don't know nothing about it.
Usually what they say is if the pass is below your waist or below, you go pinky
Like
to pinky,
this?
right?
Oh, okay.
Pinky to pinky. Mm-hmm. Anything above, you go chest. It was in the stomach area that he tried to catch like this.
Oh, like right here. Oh, that's awkward.
It's awkward.
That is
At
awkward.
least that's what I seen. I may be looking into it a little too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, ball hits your hands as a receiver, you gotta catch the motherfucker.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Even if you get one hand on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an off game last week, so we'll see. There's a lot going on. They're playing with heavy hearts, so hopefully they can channel this. Like
And what I was telling Mariano is this 3-2 Broncos team, the 3 wins, nobody's. No, none of those teams are.
That's true.
Are not. They don't have a winning record. Hold on, one of them is Jets. Well, I forgot the other. Jaguars and fucking. Did they play Houston? Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, they did not play anybody, but at the same time, I think
Giants, Broncos, and Giants, Jaguars, and Jets, bro. None of those are. I think fucking each of them have like one win, right? Respectively, they're all losing teams this season. When they played the Ravens, got blown out. Played the Steelers, lost by a touchdown, right?
By 8 points. We
did our thing against the Steelers and the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? And same offensive line that we have too. So
that's true.
I honestly think we have this team handled, bro. And if we don't have it handled, it's definitely off of what has been happening in the organization recently.
Yeah.
But I want to say they come out, ball out.
What's your score prediction, Vic?
31-17 Raiders.
Damn, so they put up 30 points without Gruden.
They're gonna be hot about Gruden being gone. They want to show the league that they're a team and they're coming together, and their season's not done because of this whole situation. 31-17 Raiders.
You know what? I can see that.
You know, I'm gonna be positive. Hopefully my positivity goes on to the shield right here and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna transfer it.
Yeah.
But this, like we were talking about earlier, it's make or break, bro. You show what you got right here. You show if you're packing it in or if you're carrying this momentum and finishing the season and making the playoffs.
The Broncos are favored by 3.5 points this week.
Broncos could suck a dick too. That's all I fucking feel.
Yeah. No, I agree. Broncos are a sorry team, but they also haven't had Sutton. And Sutton played last week, but he's also going to play this week. A lot of the fantasy people were saying that you should start him this week, which might not be a bad play if you got him. But I think our defense is going to get after it.
Yeah.
And I think our offense...
Yeah, definitely. I love what I see out of our corners.
Yeah.
Nate Hobbs and Casey Hayward are ranked top 5, corners in the NFL right now. No other team has 2 corners ranked in the top 10.
Yeah.
So put it that way.
I mean, I'm not worried about the defense. I'm more so worried about this offense without Jon Gruden. What is this going to look like?
Yeah.
Right. How are they going to respond? That's the biggest question of the week is how are they going to respond to all this adversity, right?
But there is some optimism, if Greg Olsen could get us a more what's the word I'm looking for? Some variety, get diverse on the play calling, because we've seen Gruden's play calling was lacking, and it's shown itself in previous season. He's a fucking genius at calling plays and making plays and shit, but sometimes the plays he picks to follow up each other, they're not the plays that are supposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's predictable, and it's not going to get us nowhere. It's not going to move the ball.
Well, there was reports that the Bears were calling out some of the plays. So I think it never hurts to have a fresh set of eyes look at something, right? And maybe for a different person to be in control. I mean, the matter of fact is, as much as we love Jon Gruden, he had a losing record over the 3.1 years. Everyone says 4 years. He was not here for 4 years.
Yeah.
This was his 4th year, so he's 3.33. He played a third. You know, he did not have a winning record, so
that's true.
Maybe change is good. I mean, we can't always see it in the midst of the beginning of this path that we've just begun.
And also, one thing to know that just came to my mind is that all the film has been on Jon Gruden's play calling. Mm-hmm. So it might be to our advantage that we have this Greg Olsen play calling coming in now. You know what I'm saying? Because it might be some shit that the defenses aren't expecting coming from Derek Carr in our offense.
Well, here's another thing, too. It's like football 101, right? Let's say that the pass rush is getting after your offense. You have to defuse those bombs, right? Mm-hmm. And a few ways to do that is through screens, draws. When's the last time you seen the Raiders run a halfback screen? I haven't.
No,
I haven't seen one.
I was trying to think. I was like, no.
I haven't seen one. That didn't get ran.
Or draws, huh?
Or draws.
Yeah.
Right? Well, the draw is effective because you get the pass rush up the field.
Come down the field. And
especially the ends, right? Let's say like when Joey Bosa was rushing the shit out of the passer, he was getting so far upfield, I'm going to pass it. Then you hand it off. He's running the other way.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's how you defuse this. This is simple play calling. And, you know, I played up to community college. That's all that I played up to.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean my knowledge of the game isn't enormous. You know what I mean? Because I've been with football since I was like this big. You know what I mean? Anyways. So we'll see. Maybe it's good to have a fresh set of eyes, and we're doing a little rambling today. But
yeah, no, it's just there's a lot.
We get carried away with football, you know. Yeah. I'm a football guy. I'm a football guy, like Gruden used to say.
No, for sure. You know? If I had one of those jobs, I'd probably be up in that bitch at 4 a.m. too excited like a mother.
Oh my God, I know.
Let's talk football. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%. We love doing this. So.
Yeah, but wrapping it up here, Mariano. You think that's all we got? Or we can keep talking.
Yeah, we could go all night long, man. We can go all night long. I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, ultimately, I do expect the Raiders to win this weekend. But just like I was telling Vic, let's say we do win. They did their job. They get the dub, right? Does it really mean anything?
The good thing about it is we looked at the schedule too. We have the Eagles and the Giants after that, so it's a lot of winnable games. Especially we have a bye week in between the Eagles and the Giants game, and then we face the Chiefs after that. That will probably be the next biggest test. So we could win these next games, and then I think this game is very important. And I think the Chiefs game will probably be the next following most important game.
Yeah, I just Chiefs defense is terrible. They're not the team to beat. Anymore. I don't think. That's just my personal opinion, because this is a team sport. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' offensive line isn't that much improved either. I mean, he's been getting heckled and he's just been off, right? So we'll see. I don't think that they're the team to beat at this moment. It's clear. It's the Chargers. For sure. Right? But that doesn't mean it's not going to be a big game. It will still be a big game, and divisional games always are. Yeah. But we just got to see if they could keep this.
Yeah, right now we got to look straight on Broncos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See how they respond to everything.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's it until we're here making a 5-hour episode. That's it for right now.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah. We appreciate everyone rocking. Love doing this channel. I literally just pulled the plug on my other channel because I love this channel so much. So we're going to keep on bringing you guys content. Once again, the number is right here. I'm going to put it right here. Mm-hmm. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever you want to say, call in or text and you will be put on the show. You will be part of our podcast. And, we'll interact with you and answer whatever you got to say. If you just want to, praise us for how amazing this show is, we'll take that too.
You want to talk shit? We'll take notes. Write it down. That way we can incriminate your ass over emails.
Oh, man. Raider Nation, it's been a hell of a week and it's only fucking Wednesday. Yeah. Looking forward to Sunday. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Any last notes, Mariano?
Nah. We out.